Apparently, Harry simply cannot do without his brother, but William is committed to making do without his sibling. And that's not all. Apparently, William doesn't want Harry at his crowning because he wants it to look and feel different. Well, that narrative is not only misleading, but also reeks of an underlying attempt to diminish Prince Harry's achievements and independence. Without a doubt, this recent media spin is yet another effort to threaten Harry in the wake of his successful tour in Colombia. It's almost as if the royal establishment is saying, "Tone it down, Harry, or else you won't be invited to the coronation." But if anything, this narrative tells us more about William than it does about Harry. Let's dive deeper. The notion that William will not invite Harry to his coronation speaks volumes about William's insecurities and his relentless obsession with his future role as king. The mere fact that William is contemplating excluding his own brother from such a significant event reveals his fear of Harry's growing influence and global impact. It suggests that William is not only concerned about his place on the throne, but is also deeply worried that Harry's achievements might eclipse his own. It's almost as if William is saying, "Hey, being a king is more important than actually doing the work," or talking about issues like digital safety for kids. This is a shameful display of pettiness, if you ask me. And that is not all. The idea that William is committed to making do without his sibling is hard to believe. The truth is, William is the one who cannot survive without Harry. Why, you ask? Well, one minute he is angry about Harry and Meghan's tour, the next he is threatening to take their titles away, and now he is threatening not to invite them to his coronation. William's obsession with Harry's attention is evident. It's almost as if he craves the dynamic they once had, where the spare was expected to serve the heir. But Harry has broken free from those chains, and it's clear that he is never looking back. For years, the royal family, including William, viewed Harry as nothing more than the spare. When Harry married Meghan, who brought out the best version of him, the royal family and the British media colluded to silence them both. They thought they had won when Harry and Meghan left the royal family, but 2024 has proven otherwise. Harry and Meghan have risen again, and they have risen as their most authentic selves, committed and dedicated to making a global impact. From Canada to Nigeria and now Colombia, Harry and Meghan are not slowing down. And the best part? They are no longer shackled by the royal family's limitations. Threats like, "You won't be invited to William's coronation," no longer hold any power over them. Harry and Meghan have carved out a life for themselves that is not only independent of the monarchy, but is also thriving on a global scale. One observer commented during Harry and Meghan's visit to Colombia by saying, "Look at Prince Harry and Meghan. The best thing they ever did was leaving Brexit Britain and that horrible, stale family. Look at Harry, a Windsor with a backbone, living, loving and protecting those he loves. Unheard of in that family. He really broke the generational cycle." This statement perfectly encapsulates what Harry and Meghan have achieved since stepping away from the royal family. They have not only broken free from the toxic environment of the British royal family, but they have also become leaders in their own right, influencing global change in ways that William can only dream of. The recent attempts to paint Harry as needing William are nothing more than desperate attempts to reassert the traditional power dynamics that the royal family has relied on for centuries. But these attempts are failing. The world has seen the truth. Harry and Meghan are thriving, and they are doing so without the royal family's support or approval. William, on the other hand, seems to be struggling to find his place in a world that is rapidly changing. His obsession with his future coronation and his apparent willingness to exclude his own brother from it reveal a deep-seated insecurity. It's as if William is more concerned with the optics of being king than with the actual responsibilities that come with the title. He seems to be clinging to the notion that his role as king will automatically confer respect and authority. But the truth is that respect is earned, not inherited. Harry, in contrast, has earned the respect of people around the world by being true to himself and by dedicating his life to causes that matter. He and Meghan have used their platform to raise awareness about issues like mental health, racial equality, and digital safety, and they have done so with a level of authenticity and passion that is rarely seen in the royal family. This is why they are so influential, and this is why William is so threatened by them. Despite his status as heir to the throne, William is increasingly aware that his influence pales in comparison to that of his younger brother. And the irony is that while William is busy trying to exclude Harry from his future coronation, it is Harry who is actually making a difference in the world. It is Harry who is building a legacy that will be remembered long after the pomp and circumstance of William's coronation have faded into history. Harry has shown that true leadership is about more than just titles and ceremonies. It's about taking action and making a positive impact on the world. And with Harry's actions speaking louder than words, it is worth noting that the royal family's collaboration with the British media to control the narrative surrounding Harry and Meghan has largely backfired. Instead of silencing them, these efforts have only served to amplify Harry and Meghan's voices, allowing them to reach a global audience that is increasingly disillusioned with the traditional structures of power. The royal family's attempts to portray Harry and Meghan as villains have only highlighted their own shortcomings and insecurities. As Harry and Meghan continue to rise, it is becoming increasingly clear that they are not just a threat to the traditional power structures within the royal family, but also a beacon of hope for those who believe in a more inclusive, compassionate, and progressive world. Their work is not about seeking validation or approval from the royal family or the British media, but about making a real difference in the lives of people around the world. In the end, the narrative that Harry needs William is not only false, but also indicative of a deeper problem within the royal family. It reveals a family that is more concerned with maintaining outdated power structures than with supporting one another and working together for the greater good. But Harry has shown that he does not need to be a part of this dysfunctional system to make a difference. He has found his path, and he is walking it with confidence and grace. As for William, it's time for him to take a good, hard look at himself and ask whether his obsession with the throne is worth losing his brother over. It's time for him to recognize that true leadership is not about power and control, but about compassion, empathy, and a genuine desire to make the world a better place. Until he does, he will continue to be overshadowed by Harry, who has already proven that he does not need a crown to be a leader.